Hello and welcome back to my channel, Constant Readers. As you can see in the title, today I'll talk about my review of Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Obviously it's Stephen King because this is a Stephen King channel. And you might be wondering why I'm posting this review 3 weeks after I read it, and 2 weeks after I did my connections to the multiverse. And the straight up reason is that I didn't know how I felt about this book, and I just understood how I felt, and what my opinion of this book was a day ago, and just gonna get this out quickly. And there's gonna be no spoilers in this review. The main reason I didn't know why I didn't know how I felt about this book, and I just understood why yesterday. That I felt this book is very big into grief, and that's what makes it so scary to many people. Many people are like, it's so scary because it's so relatable, and the grief is so scary. And I'm pretty young, obviously. I'm a teenager, and I haven't lost that many people, if any, in my life, and I'm fortunate for that. But I didn't have a big connection. I don't have a big connection to grief. And that's why I didn't know how I felt about this book, because it didn't make me scared that other people were. The grief didn't scare me. Obviously at the end, the last 50 pages obviously scared me if you've read the book. That was just straight up horror scariness. But the grief halfway through, it didn't hit me like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. But 3 weeks after I read it, I understand now. I didn't know how I felt because I felt lost. Stephen King put that grief, he explained that grief, and I felt what the creeds were feeling, because Stephen King is a master at explaining how people felt, and I felt that, and I never felt grief before, so this was my first kind of understanding of grief. I felt like I understood what Lewis and Rachel were going through, and I felt by the end of the book that I just felt lost because I was still dealing with the grief that happened halfway through the book. So that's my kind of definitive opinion, my review of the book, that it was such an amazing book that I felt lost at the end of the book. So many things happen in the last 200 pages, and so many terrible things happen to every character in the book. And that's why I didn't have my review out the second I finished, because I didn't know how I felt. But now, 3 weeks after reading it, I understand. I felt the grief, and I felt lost. I didn't know my opinion because I was still dealing with that grief that Stephen King put on you. He's such a good writer at explaining the emotions, and I felt that. I didn't relate to it, but I felt that grief. That I felt so much grief that after I finished the book, I didn't know how I felt, because I wasn't thinking how amazing how amazing his writing was. I was thinking I felt so bad for Lewis and Rachel, and I felt what they were feeling, or as close as I could feel to what they're feeling. So if that's not a reason to read this book, then I don't know what is. This book was amazing. After almost 3.5 weeks after reading this book, I know my opinion, and I know it is scary. It is filled with grief. The characters do anything, go to extreme lengths to bring back what they loved, and that's what's so scary, and that's why I love this book so much. Yeah, I didn't know how much I love this book until now, and I just wanted to make this quick video on how much I love this book, and now I understand my true feelings of this book. What an amazing book! I still can't get over that. But sorry for not having a video last week. I was didn't really know any ideas, and I wasn't reading any Stephen King books. But now videos will be coming out Tuesday and Thursday. So expect a video on Thursday this week, on July 1st, I think. Thanks for listening. This has been my review of Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Thanks for listening. See you next time.